Hey everyone, welcome back to another weekly reaction video of My Hero Academia. Last week was really great. We saw Class A and B, the joint training, come to an end with Team Midoriya securing the win. And last week, we also, Midoriya found out he's going to have to start all the way from the beginning again with each quirk. So, Black Whip. He's going to have to train using that and the 5 other quirks that he's going to get. So, let's just jump right in. Last night I saw that this got updated early in the morning, around midnight or so, I think. Anyway, let's jump in. What was he thinking in those final moments? He grabbed the binding cloth and wound it up by rotating himself to get closer. I'm gonna fix my camera one more time. Yeah, that should be fun. He grabbed the binding cloth and wound it up by rotating himself to get closer. Horikoshi Kohei. My Hero Academia, Chapter 216, the conclusion of Class A versus Class B. Damn it! And then it's Midoriya he's stomping down on the ground, and Shinso. I was really looking forward to showing everyone how much I've changed since then. But every last one of them just kept pushing forward without ever stopping. Damn it! And then it's just Shinso looking back at everything. We have Midoriya when he was being consumed by Black Whip. Monoma closing in on him. There's Kaminari, Yayorozu, Juzo. Is that his name? Or Jozu? Anyway, Ida, Pony, Bakugo. The hero class sure is amazing. And then Shizo's on the ground. Phantom Thief, Clang. Emily, Clang. Things got dangerous for a second there, but the 5th set, Rule. Clang. Mines? Class B's hero names are weird. Class A, Clang, and then Shinso wins with the 4-0 victory. Alright, so Class A wins. And with that, we're finished with all 5 sets. Throughout all the battles, everyone came to know their enemies, know themselves, and fought bravely. And then it's Midnight giving the speech. And then we have Higakure, Jiro, and Aoyama. Midnight strives to remain impartial. Remove the biased Vlad King immediately. That's right, they were protesting that at the beginning. The first set was won by Class A, the second, Class B, the third was a draw, the 4th and 5th were victories for Class A. Therefore, the overall winner of these training battles is Class A. Yeah! So we got Sato, Tsuyu, Kirishima, Yayorozu, Tokoyami, Kaminari, and Sero. And then we have Class B. We have Vine Girl, Manga, Fukadashi, and then the Mushroom Girl. Almost everyone was caught in with their machinations? What? I don't know what that word means. I was never the type who had a burning competitive spirit, but yeah, all in all, it's super frustrating. And then Shinso, Mr. Aizawa, Mr. Vlad. I couldn't do anything on my own. I'm still too weak. Then it's Aizawa looking at Shinso. This was supposed to be my transfer exam, wasn't it? You knew? You told him? And that's Vlad King to Aizawa. I wasn't certain, but considering the season and the format of the battles, it was also easy to test how I'd do without my support item. Not to mention, I was the only one who participated in 2 matches. Very perceptive. And Aizawa was kind of like ... For now, there's still time left for the teacher's critiques, so hurry back. First things first. Midoriya. Here it is. What's your deal? He materialized something incredibly black. Clamor. That's Tokoyami. And then it's Kuro. Even though it was his quirk running wild, I wonder what the name of that technique is. And oh man, his bracers are destroyed. And then everyone's talking. For a new move, it seems to deviate quite far from your super straight, don't you think? What's the principle behind it? I can't talk about one for all, but it's not like I can just dodge the question either. I'll be as honest as I can without giving things away. I also don't fully understand it yet. And then it's All Might and Bakugo. My power suddenly started overflowing and I couldn't suppress it. It felt like the power I always trusted suddenly bared its fangs at me. I was really scared myself. And then it's All Might. But thanks to Uraraka and Shinso for stopping it for me, I quickly realized that wasn't the case. If Shinso hadn't knocked me unconscious, I have no idea what would have happened. And he's remembering the One for All bearer too. Shinso, earlier you asked if I was just bluffing, but I was honestly just as confused as you were back there. But thanks, both of you. I was just trying to rile him up so I could brainwash him, though. It was bothering him that much? I mean, it was clear he wasn't just acting. Then Midnight. But I must say, compared to Midoriya's rampage, of course it goes without saying, Shinso performed well, but Uraraka's quick decision-making was simply wonderful. In order to calm her friend, she put her own body on the line and jumped in to stop him. Yes, I just love that kind of thing. Love it! I'll say Uraraka leapt to his aid without a second thought. It was super fast. Especially the part when you embraced him so passionately. And then I kind of jumped in without thinking. I should have kept my cool a little more. But I'd rather do that than do nothing and regret it later. And then Aizawa was remembering what Uraraka said. I want to save people. You've really grown, Uraraka. And then she's blushing a hell of a lot. I didn't only do it for Midoriya. I just did it what Uraraka instructed me to do. In fact, I saw Yanagi and the others being attacked by the black stuff as well. If something wasn't done about it, Class B likely would have lost either way. I stopped Midoriya because I wanted to fight against him and win. This was simply the result of that. I was only thinking about myself. Aizawa walks over to Shinso and just like grabs him with the binding cloth. And then everyone's shocked. Corporal punishment! Call the PTA! The PTA! No one ever had such high expectations of you. Everyone here has gone through hellish training day in and day out to become a hero who can save people. It would take a genius of All Might's caliber to suddenly ascend to that level. For the sake of others, if you prioritize those feelings and nothing else, you won't be able to save anyone. Whoa! Who are these guys? So, it looks like it's Shinso's memory. Oh, snap! If you don't have the power to do things on your own, you have no hope of protecting others. Oh snap, this is really cool, because I think that's present Mike, because he has the same hairstyle as when we had the flashback between him and Eraserhead. But I think that's also Endeavor. On the other... Well, no, because his hair's kind of like... I think Endeavor's hair is like darker. But he has like... kind of like a fire-looking head, and then there's also like a fire mustache, like a very small piece of it. From that perspective, your actions were more than good enough to pass this exam. Shinso, at the end, you were trying to lure me into a skirmish to give yourself an advantage, right? You were super fast in dropping those pipes to slow me down, too. And when you were moving around with the blinding cloth, you really reminded me of Mr. Aizawa. In the first set, I thought your team's ability really helped you shine. But believe me, that wasn't just that. It wasn't just that. Your decision-making skills and physical abilities were amazing. They weren't inferior to the hero class at all. You had me breaking out in a cold sweat. If you're talking about just about using your strength for others, then I'm the one who really needs to work. My thoughts exactly. Alright, before we get back to the review, I can say that probably, no, almost certainly, that starting next year, Shinso will transfer to the hero course, so don't start competing with him just yet. Whoa! Which class, A or B? That will be decided at a later date. Now let's get back to the teacher's critiques. First things first. Mr. Aizawa, Mineta's a disgusting freak and he should have been convicted for his crimes. Huh? Have you forgotten how I put my life on the line and made sport of Shota and his team? Class B did produce failing marks this time around. That much is true. However, leaving the results aside, we haven't lost in any way, shape, or form. If only I had known Midoriya's quirk would have been a dud, I would have come up with an appropriate plan. In other words, if we were to fight again here and now, there's no telling what would happen. Not happening. Class is over for today. Come to think of it, the fact that Shota's quirk was activated was I touched at some point, but the time I was panicking out of fear that Monoma's limbs would explode. But what does he mean by dud? What does he mean by dud? Oh, that's right. Sorry to interrupt, but Monoma, come visit Eri with me tomorrow. And then I can't tell if that's just Monoma still laughing or if he's like shocked at what Eri, or if he's shocked at Aizawa. So Monoma and Eri, he's gonna try and have. Oh man, that could be interesting. So here's what I'm thinking, and then so the chapter ends here. And is there like a bonus? There's not a bonus extra page. So here's what I'm thinking. So I wonder if there's some quirks that Monoma can't copy, like aside from One for All. And let me just read this back real quick. Come to think of it, the fact that Shota's quirk was activated means that I was touched at some point. At that time, I was panicking out of fear that Monoma's limbs would explode, but what does he mean by dud? Huh. Anyway, I think it's interesting that One for All can be copied, but what if they want Monoma to get Eri's quirk so he can figure out how to control it, so he can teach her how to control it? That'd be pretty interesting. And I know that they said in students usually learn like how to like behave with their quirks and everything, like quirk control in the elementary school. Back when Todoroki and Bakugo went to the license classes. And clearly Eri has never had that. I don't know. I forget how old Eri is, if we've ever learned it, but clearly she's never had much contact with other people, let alone other kids. So she probably had no time to like develop how to use her quirk. And yeah, it could be really interesting to see if Monoma, like one of the guys probably the community hates a lot. At least I think they do. I've never really seen anyone say that they're a real big fan of Monoma, but like it'd be cool to see that him getting a chance to shine, you know? Like Class B, yeah, they got this arc, but like they still never really do much else. But yeah, it'd be cool like to see like not someone from Class A helping out Eri or one of the teachers, but another student, like figuring out how her quirk works and how like to control it. Because when he was at the sports festival, he like was figuring out like how to make Bakugo's quirk work and Kirishima's as well. And yeah, that'd be really interesting. I don't like Monoma, like I just said, but I wouldn't mind seeing more of him. I think that'd be really cool. But yeah, that'll be it for this week's video. Um, joint training is over. New arc starts next week, maybe? Maybe we get one more chapter. Shinso's in the hero course, though, which is freaking sick. And, yeah. I hope he's in Class A. He should definitely be in Class A. Because he needs to be... He needs to be part of, like, the main action. Like, the main events. It'd be really sweet. And then we get to see what kind of wild shenanigans he gets into with Class A. Like, League of Villains attacks, everything else. And I really want to see him become friends with Class A. Because, like, with B class, we didn't really see... We saw Monoma interact with him much, but that's because, like, he wanted to take down Class A. But in the first round, like, Tsuyu, Kaminari, they were all like, you're pretty cool, Shinso. Like, like, you're really strong. And, like, Kaminari was like, hey, I know you said you're not interested in making friends, but, like, you're cool, dude. Like, we should be friends. And, like, like, everyone made him feel welcome, like Aizawa and Vlad King wanted. And so, I think it'd be cool to, like, see Shinso become friends with Class A. Because he said he's not interested in making friends, but Class A is interested in becoming his friend. And it'd be cool to see him, like, kind of get in that rivalry with Midoriya, Bakugo, and Todoroki and all them. Oh, man. And then we can see, like... Oh, wait, no. What am I thinking? Like, for, like, a split second, I thought his quirk was Erasure. It's not. Anyway, that'll be it for this week. Who knows what's going to happen next week? Clearly, it's going to be some Monoma Airy time. And, yeah. Let's see where My Hero Academia goes next. See you guys then.